Hey, welcome to another Park Hopper show. And today, me and Jenna are going to be talking about the Mount Rushmore of Disney princesses. So, who are the top four that we think are the most important? We'll be back in just a minute and fight it out. All right, so Jenna, welcome.
Thank you.
Via Zoom again for this episode because, life happens and it's not always easy to get in each other's living room or, virtual coffee shop because for some reason Zoom didn't want to put you in my virtual coffee shop. I don't know.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
The weird backgrounds that Zoom has going on. We're not participating today. So
okay.
Today we're going to talk about who we think the top four Disney princesses can be. And, I learned a lot about Disney princesses being a dad of two girls that I never knew or cared for before. And I learned something new today that there were really only 12. So not all the girls that are in Disney movies are considered Disney princesses. And I'm going to argue that in one of my things, but we can agree that these are all cartoon ones. Yes. Is your list really cartoon?
I had one.
You have a live action one?
I do. I might need to change her out.
Well, see, I would start off with saying I think Disney princess should be cartoon animation only.
I can change it out.
Because the number one Disney princess, of course, is the princess from Enchanted, Adams. And
I do. Yes.
that is my Christmas morning girl, and she will forever be the number one Disney princess. What is the face you're making?
What does that mean?
Oh, it means, all right. So you wake up Christmas morning and you got a fire going, and the kids are just waking up and they're seeing their presents, and there's a Christmas tree all lit up, and there's cinnamon rolls cooking, and just the smells and the sights of the season, and everyone's so happy and joyful, and there couldn't be a better moment from your family. But if all that were going on and she were to pull up in the driveway and say, "Let's go," I'd at least think about it.
Oh, Rotten.
So you asked. And
You
there,
better cut that out.
no, Nicole knows where she stands.
Poor Nicole.
Yes, poor Nicole. But, the Chick-fil-A from the last episode helped out a lot. So
Gosh. I don't have a Christmas morning actor.
Austin is yours, right?
Yeah.
No. Well, that's.
Run away.
I don't have anything to say.
Maybe Dick.
Dick Van Dyke circa Mary Poppins. He comes in, he's sweeping out the chimney, he's got a bottle of scotch, and he's like, "Hello, Joe, let's go." And you're like, "Oh, I might help you." It would be good for the podcast, just in case that ever happens. So,
I'll work on that.
Okay. Anyway, I said I'd think about it. I didn't say I'd go. So, for the record out there.
Oh.
Okay. So,
For the record.
Anyway, going through the list of all of these countless, and until recently, most of the movies seemed, when you think Disney, you think there's princesses, right?
Uh-huh.
There's always some girl, and they're always in a castle or doing something, and it's silly, but there was really only 12 that were on a list, and they said the other ones are not canon for that. So it's very strange. They give you the title of Disney princess, but what would you say would be the first one on your list?
So I'm just going with my favorites.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I have some that I like more than others.
Well, that's what favorites are. Okay.
So, I mean, I think the most classic one is Cinderella.
I have Cinderella on my list as well. So why do you have her there?
I don't think she gets the credit she deserves. People think she just looked for a prince to save her. But Oh, I see more to her.
Well, you forget she earned her way there by all the cooking and cleaning she did for all the other people, you know. So she earned that. She earned her palace.
Got herself out of a bad situation.
Yeah, much like the we mentioned in the previous episode, the song "Fancy" about Reba McEntire. It was based loosely on Cinderella. So.
But there's something about that just classic, naive, innocent that I like.
Oh, and we all like the classic naive innocence. Everybody now is very smart. They're always, I don't know, everybody's a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So why'd you have her on your list?
Well, because I did them by the importance they are of princesses. She's actually the second one. I have her on there because she is the one that they brought along that it kind of solidified Disney as a company, as a people who could make characters like that and make them like, that's actually, it seems like the real Snow White was the first princess, but it seems like Cinderella really drove that home. And when you think princess, she's at the ball and her little weird feet that go in the glass slippers, and don't pay attention to the original story it's based on because it's gruesome. But the Cinderella, I have some things here that I got online that when that movie came out, keep in mind this movie, if you've seen movies lately, have you seen any of the new anything good lately?
We watched Jungle Cruise lately.
Was it good?
It was good. I liked it.
I have not seen it yet, but dude, a couple hours long, probably. Yeah. This Cinderella.
It was really long.
Cinderella, 74 minutes.
Oh, wow.
We've had podcasts that have almost been as long as Cinderella, and they will not stand the test of time. That movie is 71 years old, but barely an hour long. And when it came out, it made $10 million, which 70 years ago, unheard of, really.
Wow.
But it has made 96 million total in box office only, not with merchandise and stuff. So almost $100 million for this silly old movie. But it really, my first one, I'll go ahead and go to my first one, was Snow White being the original one. This character that they took, and when it came out, it was the highest grossing movie of all time. So in 1937.
But were there a lot of full-length movies at the time?
No, it wasn't. I mean, there was train driving at camera and scaring people and, silly old things like that. But there were movies. I mean, you seem like someone who would like Gone with the Wind, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah. Okay.
There were not full-length animated movies.
Right.
Then,
Wizard of Oz around that time too, right?
What's that? Wizard of Oz? No, I don't recall.
Okay.
But anyway, this movie, it only made $8 million, but at $8 million, it was the number one movie of all time, which is maddening to think about how that is. And it since then has gone on to make, let's see, I have very, very bad penmanship, but more than $100 million box office because they re-released them. Remember, they used to re-release movies like that. So it has made a fortune, but it was in theaters for 106 weeks.
Oh my.
In its original run. Can you imagine that? More than 2 years you could go to the theater, and now, I mean, not now because it's COVID times, but like movies are in there for like 6 weeks and then they're on streaming.
Right.
You could go to the theater for more than 2 years and see Snow White. And then Cinderella was in movie theaters for 147 weeks. So almost 3 years.
Gosh. Oh my God.
That's the landscape that movie came out in. So that's why I think those two, because Snow White really brought the importance of what Disney was offering and brought that in, And then Cinderella came out 13 years later, and they were like, oh, we can do it again. And then the first glimpse of, how much money can these things come up with? But do you think Snow White will ever get the live action treatment that they've been given?
I've heard it is.
Really? What? How are they going to handle
Maybe.
her friends. It doesn't seem like a thing they really want to touch on anymore.
Maybe they'll be kids. I don't know.
That seems.
I had heard that it was.
That seems more. That seems worse than. I don't know. It's very touchy. The world's very touchy now.
True.
But it just seems like an odd one to have. But Beauty and the Beast was an odd one to have a live action one too. So I don't know.
True.
This like weird woman in the woods though, and her 7 little people who are diamond miners. I mean, there's so many things that like are just awful if you dig into it. I don't remember a lot of Snow White, to be honest. I remember the hi-ho.
Well, my thing with that is there's just not a lot to remember.
Well, it's only, it was only, let's see.
There just wasn't a lot to it.
It was also very short. It was also well under an hour and a half, like maybe barely an hour.
Yeah.
But I mean, she comes in and what is she's running from a witch? Is this the one with the apple?
Her stepmother.
No. No. That's Cinderella's stepmother.
No, Snow White's was a stepmother too.
It was an apple. The witch was giving her an apple.
Right. She changed herself to that lady.
I know, but why was she running in the woods to begin with?
She was running from her stepmother.
That can't be.
Yes. Yes. And the stepmother had the mirror in the castle.
Hang on. Real quick.
In the castle.
Hang on. Nope. Stop.
And then she used her magic to turn into an old lady.
Let me ask you something real quick. You are the Disney, like the Walt Disney person? Like you know Walt Disney? Did he have an evil stepmother?
You would think so.
Because it really...
Every princess is running from her stepmother.
All the real parents die, and then the step-parents are evil. She's living with her stepmother, a vain queen. You know what? You're right. I apologize. Uh-huh. And she was worried that the young girl would be more beautiful than her. Oh. Oh. So, because Snow White was the fairest. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Didn't the king die?
Well, she lost both of her parents at a young age. Thank you, Wikipedia. I'm not giving you $2.75, though, even though that's what you're asking for. Let's see. Snow White falls in love with the prince who hears her singing. The huntsmen are supposed to take Snow White into the forest and kill her.
And bring her
The
home.
huntsman cannot bring himself to do it. And then she runs into the woods to never return. And then she is befriended by women. This movie sounds terrible. I've not seen this movie in so long, but it sounds awful.
What does it call her friends in the woods?
It's the 7 dwarfs. It's part of the night.
I know, but in the Wikipedia, in what you're reading, what does it call it?
Right now it says, let's see. The college also belongs to 7 adult dwarfs named. Can you name the dwarfs?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
Well, yeah. I'm not going to take your word for it.
Sleepy, Sneezy, Dopey, Doc. Happy, Grumpy.
One more.
Sneezy, Sleepy. Oh no.
Oh man. You always get so good on these games until the very end. Bashful.
Bashful. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, he is so cute. But hey, I guess they could make this movie because if you click on the blue hyperlink for dwarf, this is not, they're not referring to dwarfs as people. These are dwarfs from Germanic folklore, an entity that dwells in mountains and in the earth.
Gotcha.
They are miners. They have wisdom, smithing, and crafting. So
they could make that work.
They could.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't look at Twitter for a while. It'll be fun. Okay, so that movie, though, it does not sound great. I remember enjoying it, but as a child, we'd watch the one movie and then take it back to the store the next day and rewind it. And
rewind it.
We watched a video, or I watched a video this last week about the Disney Vault. Uh-huh. Because we have a copy of Song of the South now that we're going to check out. But they were talking about the Disney Vault. And remember they used to go and especially when the Disney store was at the mall, and they
Mhm.
would put out like Cinderella and those big clamshell things, and like you have to buy it because in 6 weeks it's going away for 10 years, and you're like, what? Here's
Genius.
my $30, and you're like, what? Wow. And then it would come out, 5 or 6 years later, and then it was just a funny thing that my kids would have a fit with. If
Yeah,
I was trying to explain to them that you couldn't watch something because we didn't get to the store in time to buy it.
it was in the vault.
And I know we got on Disney a little bit in the last one about the Genie Plus price and things like that. I will say Disney Plus, amazing for $8 a month,
Mhm.
because these kids we have don't remember the days when a movie was $5 and you could watch it for one night, and then
Yeah.
you take it back, and then maybe you couldn't see it because maybe somebody else had got there first. That was
Mhm.
$5, and that was 100 years ago. So for $8 to have endless entertainment, if you really couldn't sit down and watch the whole thing, if you started at the beginning of the day and ended 10 days later and didn't take a
Right.
break, there's just countless entertainment. So anyway, good on Disney for Disney Plus. Now, when that goes up to $20 a month, I'll be furious. But as of
Yeah.
right now, big thumbs up. So anyway, back to this. I have Snow White and Cinderella. What do you have as the next one for yours?
I don't have them ranked,
You
but
don't
if we're going classic, mine would be Belle.
Belle.
And I know I have issues with Belle.
No. Hey, hang on.
I like
The issue
her.
with you calling it classic.
Huh?
It came out in our lifetime. It can't be classic.
Well, she's one like
It's so old.
she's one of the top 5 storybook princesses.
Is she?
She is.
Is that something that you've just come up
So,
with?
like at the princess restaurants, it's going to be Cinderella,
Bashful.
Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Belle, and Jasmine.
Oh, but she's so peculiar.
So I like her because she's brave, she's selfless, and she's smart.
She likes puppies because she marries one of them. That's weird. No, that's a good one. That because I think we've talked about this before. As much as I've revisited that, whether we saw the play or things like that, I don't love that story or that movie. But the music was good, and she was a very good character, I think. In the music, but like I guess if you dissect a lot, it's very strange. Where she's,
I gotta plug my computer in.
oh no,
Hold on. It just told me it's about to die. Sorry.
we've only been planning this for. Well, okay. If she falls down, it would make my day. Forgive the excitement if you're watching on video.
Got it. Ow!
Oh no, she sat on the dog.
No, I rammed my knee into the table. Okay.
Oh, that table is unforgiving on the knee. So
Hit it.
I've hit it many a time.
All right, all good.
So do you like Belle because of your daughter's fascination with Belle? Is it, or did you put that onto her?
We have that, but I just think she's independent. I just feel like she's a strong woman.
She wasn't trash like some of the other women in those movies. I'll say, if you really watch that first scene, the Bonjour song, she's she's not blonde, which is weird. There's all these bimbos singing and falling over Gaston, and she's like, I'm going to go read a book. But she's also petite and put together, because in those movies, you're either a stupid blonde or you're an old hag who's yelling about the price of eggs. But they're like, look, you could be a brunette and not be gross. Amazing.
Now, I started my master's program this week.
Well, humble brag, watch out.
And had to put this book into my head.
Mm.
I felt like Belle because every time Austin looks at me this week, he sees this.
Mm.
So I have many times been singing that song in my head. What's it say about a book in her face? A big disgrace.
Nope. I think that's a Queen song with the wrong lyrics.
What does it say? It says something about always having a book in her face.
Yeah. Well, this was your pick, not mine. So
So there we go.
yeah, I think that is a good pick. And only have not having seen the new movie, I will base it only on the movie, the cartoon movie. But
Okay.
no,
You still seen the new one?
no.
Watch that. It's good.
Well, see, here's the thing. That movie,
I
it just
know.
does not look good. But maybe, well, we were going to watch. We were going to watch Cruella today because it's for free on Disney Plus. So if I get
Let
some
me
work done today, me and Addie are going to watch that. So you said it was a little scary, but Lily did
No,
not
I
want to see it.
haven't seen it. I just thought the preview looked a little dark.
Well, it is based on a woman who wants to skin dogs to make a coat. So, I mean, really, if you dig into it, it's not the best. So you have
watched
so you have a dreamy, far off look with your nose stuck in a book.
Oh, hold on. Stella got it. What is it? With her dreamy, far off
look and your nose stuck in a book.
her nose in a book. Yeah, that's been me this week.
Hey, Stella, beat it.
Beat it, Stella.
Get out of here. What are you doing?
He said beat it.
I didn't mean it though. I'm sorry. That was rude. All right. Well, so my next one would be Ariel.
Uh-huh.
And I was doing it because of the importance, again, for the company as a whole, because it was almost 40 years after Cinderella, and they were kind of, you've seen some of these movies, these 70s movies and early 80s mess that Disney was putting out. The Black Cauldron really wasn't hitting for them, Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, these movies are not great. And then
What year was The Little Mermaid?
89. How's that make you feel?
It was 89?
Yeah.
I was gonna guess 93.
Oh, no. We were well into almost Lion King by then. But it was the start of the Disney Renaissance. And I think the thing that kind of saved the company was the movies. Because Disney World was around, but Disney as a whole, and especially what it is now with owning all the stuff and just being the go-to entertainment, Little Mermaid was the start of, you had that hitting hard, Aladdin, and then
So that was
King,
part of it?
that was the first, like, when they started making that, they were almost like Broadway musicals.
Yeah.
And when people really started to say, oh, these are good. We enjoy these. We can sing along. We can sell soundtracks. We can sell the toys. We can, she's got that big hair. Every girl's dream is the big hair. Even though she's in the water half the time, somehow it's always fluffy and perfect when it comes out. That was the real trick. And she did all that, and she only talked for about a half of the movie, which is weird.
That's true.
All the songs that she sang, first half of the movie, and then she doesn't even speak. So
Now, she is not on my favorite list.
she's not on my favorite. Well, you know what? As the closest thing to being a cartoon Amy Adams, she might be on my favorite list.
Let's look beyond the bikini.
No, I'm not looking beyond the bikini is gross, Jenna. Also, it's not a bikini, it's only a top because she has fins on the bottom, you weirdo. She only needs the top.
I like the movie. I like the music. It's a classic. It was a favorite as a kid, but she's just love struck.
She's like she's really just like a teenager, right? That falls in love with this man, and also
makes teenager decisions.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, are you gonna get on Shakespeare? His big thing was, oh, we're in love, and 3 days later we're dead because we're stupid kids and we don't listen to anything and we think we're smarter than adults. Just because this girl who could sing and she's brushing her hair with a fork, she doesn't know what feet are, and her song
with an octopus.
Exactly. Come on. What? Just so many. This movie, again, not a good movie.
And then Prince Eric, he didn't do anything for me either. I mean,
Well, let's bring up a good point. So I've said some borderline misogynistic things in these movies, but or in this podcast about these things, but they really don't have like a prince that's the star of any of these movies. What's that about? It's always like some guy comes in and saves the girl, but it's never like, whoa, look at this guy. The biggest guy that people know is Gaston, and he's a bad guy.
I guess you have Simba. He was a prince of the jungle.
He couldn't wait to be king, if I remember correctly. But in canon, Nala is not a princess, so I don't know if he should count as royalty. He's an animal. I guess the Little Mermaid is half a fish, but she's a person at some point. But again,
her dad was a king.
So, well, yes, king. No, Little Mermaid is a princess. She's in the canon as a princess. Like she's one of them. No, I want to know more about why Simba is the only prince that's relatable or that has a character. That's crazy.
Well, I do think that live action Beauty and the Beast brings out the Beast a little more, and the prince that he was. It tells the story a little more.
Well, do you think there will ever be a Disney movie where the prince is the star, or is that just?
I'm sure we're getting there.
Now, never mind. Okay, I will stop it. Okay. Well, this movie also, it did come out, 40 years or 30 years ago, which is crazy. It was in theaters for more than 1 year, also in its original run. So it was still in that time where 58 weeks you could go to the theater and see this crazy movie, which is insane. And also, though, 83 minutes, very short compared to the movies they make now that you're just like, let's just wrap this up. But it was a pretty tight,
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot. If you really dissect it, there's not a lot of story. She has all her songs, and then she just kind of is looked at for half the movie. But she did a lot for the company. So she also did a lot for the people who are conspiracy people. Do you have The Little Mermaid on VHS?
I think so, somewhere.
Do you have that box?
The what?
The special box.
The one that like clips together?
With the towers.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, you keep that away from the girls. That is the start of a lot of shenanigans apparently with Disney. And we don't know what that's supposed to be. You're like, come on. Ridiculous. That and the guy that marries him at the end was very happy about marrying them. There's a lot of that on.
I don't know that one.
Well, look it up.
Oh gosh.
It's very.
Oh.
It's really something. So, all right, who's your next one? we'll get away from that.
So, I guess if we're going in order when they came out, my next one would be Rapunzel.
Oh, now that is an interesting one because I did not have her at all. Didn't even think of her as one of them. So what is so great about Rapunzel?
Oh, I think she's so fun. She's up for an adventure. She's trying to seek truth in her life.
She has the hair.
Even though she was raised by this woman that pretty much just used her, she was still respectful to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like how fun she was.
Now, that one is one of the rare ones that you don't even know what the movie's about in the title. But Tangled, I had not seen it until my kids were born. It's really good. I was very surprised on how much I enjoyed it.
It's cute. And she's not out looking for love.
Oh, well.
She finds it, but that's not what she was out looking for.
And but again, not the best dude. He was kind of
he was a thief.
You know what? I'll take it back for my last comment. Aladdin was the star of that movie.
Oh, there you go.
But he wasn't Prince.
Jasmine gets more attention than he does.
Yeah. See,
I mean, you don't go to breakfast with Aladdin. Jasmine's there.
I'm gonna put a shirt on with a vest, no shirt, weirdo. But
although there was that one breakfast that was Ariel and Eric and Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, and that was so fun.
Flynn Rider is from Tangled.
Tangled. Yeah. And so the two of them were at the breakfast, and they would like play and flirt with each other across the room. And when you got your picture with him, he would do the smolder. He's my favorite prince.
Oh, hey, your eyebrows went up. Nice. You like a little bad boy. I know you're. No, that movie was really good. Have you seen the TV show?
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah, my girls like that a lot too. They were very into it, and I was like, it's past my time of that being my thing. But I'm like, this is good. This is cute. So
it's pretty good.
Am I keeping you from something?
What'd you say?
Yawn.
Sorry, it's raining over here and dark.
See, it's raining?
It's pouring over here.
I just heard it thunder here. But I'm in the middle with no windows, so it might be pouring down here. It might be a tornado. I don't know. All right, well, so my last one, and I have beef with Disney for this, but I would say Elsa.
Okay.
Because I have been a parent for 10 years next month, and Elsa has been there every step of the way. For 10 years, because she came out just a little bit before my daughter did.
Really?
That movie came out in 2013, never mind. So, but it's 8 years old. So by the time Addie was watching movies, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Let It Go was everywhere. We've had 2 waves of it. We've had Addie, and then Lily enjoyed it too. And I mean, it never really, I don't love it. I don't love that movie. In fact, I don't like that movie.
Really?
But the second one, I like the second one a lot better.
Yeah,
the music is great. Mm-hmm. Every song on that album slaps on that first Frozen soundtrack. And that was my first taste of being a girl dad, was knowing or realizing I knew most of the Frozen soundtrack by heart, including we would sing the Love is an Open Door. We do the parts, the guy and the girl.
Oh, yeah.
And Addie would sing. She would do the girl part. I would do the boy part. And then realized that there are notes that this guy's hitting. Good for him. But spoiler, the bad guy. So let's not get too carried away with his singing. So
don't fall in love with him.
No.
Well, that's funny because mine was Anna.
Oh, wow. Controversy. So what about Anna?
Well, a lot like Rapunzel. I just think she's fun. I think she's adventurous. She's fun. She's not like, she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Anna.
Oh, you said Rapunzel.
Well, I said I like her for the same reasons I like Rapunzel.
Gotcha. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, I just think she's fun.
She also making stupid teenager mistakes.
Yes.
Let's just fall in love with the first boy I've been in a room with in 20 years. And, who cares if he's murdering my sister? He's a boy. And she doesn't care if I'm burping and farting. And
that's what I was going to say.
She's right out of a fountain. She's somewhere in that zone. Regrets. So I would say between the two sisters, she's the better one. But Elsa is the star of that show, I think. And she's now, I have a question for you as a Disney person. Why is she magical and Anna is not?
Well,
did they get into that in the second one?
The second one explained it, but I don't really remember.
Well, because the mom
was magical.
Yeah.
And somehow that passed on to Elsa.
But not Anna.
Which
seems stinky for Anna.
Well, like my extra fingers passed on to one daughter, not the other.
Well, first of all, what a reveal for the podcast. And second, I did not know that either of the children had that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Did you know I did?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud of that point.
But just imagine if you still had them, your basketball coaching, really get a hold of that ball.
Well, as my dad said last night, because he had them too.
Is this before Ed Asner passed away or after?
This was before.
This is the worst birthday party that's ever been. So,
He
okay,
said better to have too many than not enough.
that's fair.
So
That's good words coming from a freak. You all. Well, I always tell Eddie.
So you know, it's gone.
Where was it?
Right here.
It wasn't between the thumb and the index finger.
No, not right here.
Yeah. That's what I said.
I had the both hands and my toes too.
Oh, toes too. They said this is a healthy baby girl with 12 fingers and toes. And your parents went, what?
Yeah, at that point, my dad was like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, honey. This runs in our family."
Is that true?
Yeah, my mom didn't know.
Is amazing.
And then one of my daughters had it, the other one did not. So just like Elsa, that's basically what I'm saying. We are a lot like
essentially Elsa, except for ice powers. You had extra appendages. That's good. Now, here I will start off with saying that movie was in theaters for one full year and made $1.2 billion.
Holy! It was in there for a year.
In theaters for a year.
Wow.
In its initial release, it's okay. Get through it. It also, they re-released it with the sing-along version. And we went to see that.
Oh yeah.
Movie thing, and just if you are ever on the fence about whether or not to have kids, play the Frozen sing-along and watch a group of people sing it and say, "Can I deal with this?" Because that's what you're going to be dealing with. And I can tell you what. That was some rough 75 pitchy kids. Let it go, boy, oh boy. It was a little dicey. I can't imagine seeing that in theaters, but it made so much money that I really think it really has put Disney, I mean, it really started solidifying them as like, okay, we're in charge of movies and whatever. But in looking at this, Elsa and Anna, not Disney princesses. Yeah.
Wasn't their parents king and queen?
Well, yes. They were. And in the movie, they were princesses. And
Anna became queen.
And then, Elsa became the queen. And then she passed it on to Anna because she went to be, in the second one, she leaves. And
right.
Spoilers again, if you haven't seen Frozen 2, what are you doing? But they are not I see you saying that word, canonically Disney princesses for whatever reason, and Disney doesn't have like a set guideline of why or how you become it, but they said they did sing a lot and they were royalty. They did not have the little woodland creatures, but they said like Olaf should count. But there's a lot of controversy online about whether or not they should be allowed to be princesses or not in the Disney thing. So,
well, it's weird because they're not as easily accessible in Disney World as the other ones are.
Yeah. They're just shut up in the room because deep down they feel more comfortable in that house, the empty house, riding their bikes up and down the halls. People online thought maybe because the typical princess story is about love between it's a love story where these two stories are about sisters,
right,
and their love, and it's not the classic thing. But then another group of people have said they're not princesses because they don't need to be princesses, because the Disney princess logo is a way to sell more merchandise, and these people are doing just fine. If you've been to a store that Frozen was like a juggernaut. Like, I can't even imagine the money. I mean, $1 billion in box office, but that soundtrack and then the toys, dresses, and the pajamas, and we've had it all. And
yep.
Have
your girls done it for Halloween?
No, because they were it for every night before bed for a year. They didn't need it for Halloween. They wanted to be something different. They had, like the dress that are pajamas, and the dress that's
nightgown.
Just so much Frozen stuff. Because, they liked it, but that's kind of what Disney was like, here's what it is.
Right.
It is what's out now. And people were like, we love it. we had the glove, like we had an outfit that had the gloves, and the tape and the wig that Addie wouldn't wear.
Yeah.
And my wife wouldn't wear. And just so many just useless wigs. So whatever, don't make that face. If you would have saw her in the last episode, she had pink in her hair that she had colored in. And she's had, yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, because she was in and out. She has LASIK now, so she doesn't have glasses anymore. She had a temporary nose ring because she was thinking about getting her nose pierced, and she was trying to look, but she said because of the mask, it's weird. And it might be a midlife crisis, but I'm saying go for it. But Addie at the table at dinner looked at her and said, "What are you doing to your face? Why are you changing so much?" Because she looked so different. I was like, that's really funny. But she was like, because in Addie's mind, it's like a video game where she's changed her hair.
Right. Yeah.
No more glasses, different nose. And Addie's like, I don't know what to do. Too many changes all at once. So
that's funny. I didn't know that.
That's crazy though that Anna is your sad person and Elsa would be mine. So
I know.
I don't know. Well, I'd say don't get too deep into why people's opinions of why they're not princesses, because it gets real ugly. So
can you read the 12 princesses?
Oh yeah, let me. I'm not going to screen share, but I will tell you it is. We got Snow White, and then Cinderella. We've got Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, which I did not know she had a name until I had kids. I always just called her Sleeping Beauty. And then we had 30 years where there were none, and then Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, and Moana.
I forgot about Tiana.
Moana. Well, I mean, she's getting Splash Mountain. She didn't make our list, but she is. That's something.
Something else. I just saw something else is changing into Princess and the Frog theme.
Something else. They're doubling down on the Princess and the Frog.
I can't remember what it was now. I'll get back to you on that one. Well,
there was controversy also because Mulan is not a princess in the movie. She's not royalty. But apparently in maybe Mulan 2 or somewhere down the road, she marries a soldier and becomes somehow in the royal army. Listen, if you like the internet and you like things like this, they've got all you want. I mean,
the family play zone in Epcot, like the little playground.
Did not know there was a playground at Epcot. Is Epcot not a playground? Like, who's going to Disney World? Like, get on the swings. No, it says $1,700 to be here this weekend, but enjoy your swings.
There's a little playground in Epcot.
Where's the playground? Is that near the subway?
Played on it before.
Is that near Subway?
It's kind of over there by Living with the Land, maybe by the UK, that area.
I apologize because I asked you where it is, and in my head, I couldn't picture Epcot to save my life, where anything is, because it's just a mess when I'm there. I know the ball, and then there's random space things, and then countries and people drinking. I couldn't draw you a map other than, like, I could draw you what it looks like in the outline. I couldn't tell you where any of the rides are or any of the lands.
I think Epcot's one of the easiest.
Did not know there were themed
Hollywood
lands.
Studios. I can't find my way around there at all.
Which one?
Hollywood Studios.
Oh, well, I could do that one. I couldn't do Animal Kingdom either, but I've only been there twice. So, and it's been a long time.
So, yes, they're retheming the playground for Princess and the Frog.
Is that big news? And what was the theme before? Was it Song of the South?
Might just be, I think they changed the theme pretty often for different festivals and stuff. So it might be a permanent thing, because we've been there for Flower Festival and it was like butterflies and flower stuff on the playground. So I don't know.
From Bug's Life? I don't know. Wow. So 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 it's not maybe even news, perhaps. It's just something that's going on. I don't know. I have not heard anything like that, but people, I think Princess and the Frog, people like underground seem to like it, but it has, again, on the internet taken an ugly turn because they're taking away Splash Mountain to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to call it the same name? It's not Tiana's fault, okay?
It's
She's
not.
got to live her life, and y'all are making it tough on her. Well,
I do like that movie.
Well, I'll have to check it out. It's still on my to watch list, but not very high up at the top. So
I don't know. You know what? I don't know if they're changing the name, honestly, of Splash Mountain.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well.
Okay.
We've come to that point where we don't know what to talk about anymore. So I guess
We did our Mount Rushmore princesses.
Hey guys, it's Jenna, and if you would like to plan a magical vacation for your family, contact me for a free quote by clicking the link below, or go to visitmickey.com and tell them that Jenna or Paul or the Park Hopper Show sent you. Thanks.